Welcome to the Dad Movement.
Yes.
How's everybody doing today? We are so glad that you're joining us. It is going to be an awesome experience. When I say awesome, it's going to be awesome.
Sure.
Today, right now, matter of fact, you're rocking with Norman, the Norman Young. But more importantly, we got some really great guys in the room. I got my man Dre in the building.
What's up? I'm Andre Pierce. Very happy to be here. Can't wait to get into what we got going on.
It's going to be deep, man.
It's good stuff, man. Thanks for having me.
Nah, man, it's good to have you here, man. We haven't been able to kick it.
Yeah, I know.
It's either been me, you, Nate,
Yeah.
And we've been in rotation, so it's good to have you today.
For sure. Appreciate you.
And also, we've been blessed to have my man Nicholas. I'm gonna call you Nick. Yeah, I see it in your face. I wish you would call me Nicholas. Now we got my man Nick, who has been
awesome.
amazing.
Awesome, thank you. I'm grateful to be here. It's just awesome. My name is Nicholas Millich. I'm from the big city of Louisiana, repping it up here.
Sure.
And I'm just happy and honored that y'all even let me be a part of the podcast. So thank you.
Thanks.
Man,
Thank
quit
you.
playing.
Thank
You doing
you,
the
bro.
favor, man. You doing the favor by being here today. So as you guys know by day, I run a fatherhood program called Dads on Deck. And what I do is I service 13 different schools. And out of 13 different schools, there's always one dad that just draws my attention because I see him going above and beyond. And I really known Nick for about a couple years now. And every time I see him rushing with his girls in. He's making sure that they're ready for school. He's the first dad there.
Okay.
He's always there to pick them up. He's always pushing for what can he do more to become better within the education and being engaged into his children's education. So we are blessed to have Nick today, man. I really look up to this father. He does many good things. And today he is going to talk about why it's so important for fathers to be engaged in their children's education, man. That education is a big piece.
Man,
that's the game changer right there, right, fellas?
It's huge. It's huge. It's something that most fathers don't even. I think they take it for granted most of the time.
Yeah.
Just because they want a school or somebody else to kind of train them, but it's really important especially because I have girls and I'm really, really, really adamant about my girls, so I want to make sure that father is always going to be a part of their life no matter what. So I try my best, but yes, it's a big thing that dads be a part of their kids' lives. So yeah, man, what you do is monumentous, dude. It's up there. It's up there. So I just, like I said, it's awesome.
No, man, Nick, thank you, man. And then it's, like to be around guys like you and Dre, I mean, it really means a lot. So the first time I seen you, I mean, I already seen the passion in your eyes about how important it was for you to be there with present in your children's school, right, and being involved. Right. What got you so amped up and seeing such the privilege of having the opportunity to be involved in your children's education? Why is it so important for you to be involved?
Well, one, because, my dad, when I was growing up, my dad made it a plan where he always would support and make sure that I had what I need, and I might didn't have the things I wanted, but I at least had the things I needed. But while he was away, it was sometimes I wasn't allowed to see my dad because he was working or doing what he wanted. Mm-hmm. And when I had kids, I wanted to make sure that, for one thing, I wanted to make sure that they see that I'm present, and not just them see it, but even kids that did not have parents that wanted to be there, they see that, hey, there is a dad out there that does care about his kids, and maybe maybe it'll spark something in them and be like, hey, Dad, why don't you just come and hang out with me? Or, Dad, I'm doing this I'm singing here. Because no kid wants to not impress their parents. My daughters are huge on that. I come home, like today, I came home, I grabbed them out of school real quick to come up here, and my daughters are like, hey, Dad, I want to give you some sunflower seeds because they know I like nuts and stuff, and I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying. But they gave me seeds and they gave me stuff. It's like I'm their superhero. So I try to make sure that everything I do for them, especially being there for them, especially in school, because right now, like I said, most dads are like missing in action. We see moms, and moms are great. Don't holler out to the moms. We love y'all.
Sure.
But you know, it's nothing like having a man there to just be like, hey, I want to see you I want to see you succeed. I want to see you do the best, and seeing that positive reinforcement for girls and boys. So I think it's a big thing, especially in most households, that the dad just kind of really take initiative and take back the role of leadership in his household and show it, not just at the house, but even outside in public, as far as wherever he goes, as being the example. So I think it's a big thing.
No, man. Hey, that was a mouthful, man, but it was real, man. It was facts. I'm taking notes. You know, I really admire your passion for it. Obviously, you can probably hear it coming through the microphone of how passionate he is about making sure he's involved in his children's education. I know growing up, when I was going to school, it was always my mom taking me to everything, preschool to high school. You know, my dad would pop in once in a while, maybe every other birthday on my school. They bring cupcakes, and he in and out. I mean, you see him sweating bullets when he came in the classroom. But when I say, you know, I've been in education for the last 10 years, and there is nothing like seeing the response of a child when their father comes in the classroom. And it's not only for that child, like you mentioned earlier, Nick, it's every kid in the classroom. I think so often as fathers, we feel we have, it's strictly provide. I just got to get them the school clothes in the beginning of the year. I get them their new pair of J's, whatever they need, and I'm done. When it goes so much further than that kids rather have your presence versus your presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They whether you be
That's
there
good,
and
man.
come in the classroom and spend time than to get things, because you remember those experiences when your dad came into school.
For sure.
But I bet you can't remember when he got you on your 3rd and 5th birthday. They don't remember the things, but the memories and how you made them feel by showing up. Now, Dre, what are some things that you do to get involved in your child's education? Man?
I got 2 high schoolers at home now, so you know, so
the end of the spectrum. So Nick, you got preschoolers,
Man, Lord have mercy.
and Dre
Somebody
got
pray
high
for me.
schoolers. So yeah, what is that like, Dre?
Oh my Lord.
I love it. This is the part I love is with technology. I get to see their grades. Their grades come straight to my phone.
Yeah.
So every time the teacher posts a grade, it comes straight to my phone. So even today, my son's grade came to my phone. And they already know how I am. I'm a stickler for, wait a minute. You got to miss an assignment. You flunked the test, you know. He hit me up right after the grade posted because he got the alert too.
Shoot.
Wait, hold on, Dad.
That's exactly what it was.
Let me
this a new
real quick.
class.
What happened was, I slept that day.
This a new class, and everybody's doing bad in it or whatever. I mean, it's great. It was a C, you know what I'm saying? But he know we don't do C's, you know what I mean?
Right.
We don't do C's. I don't have a problem with C's, as long as you trying your best. You know what I'm saying? But you have to also know your children as well. And I know that's not, you know what I'm saying, it's best. So he hit me up. I shot him a text back. Okay, bro, I trust you. I believe you. He said, I got you. So now it's just waiting on those results. You know what I'm saying? Or just like today again with my daughter, she has all A's. 9th grade, she has all A's right now.
Wow, absolutely.
So I shot her a text. Hey, man, your grades looking great, girl. You know what I'm saying? I keep it up. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Then she like, you know, thanks, Dad. Can we do something today? You know what I mean?
Girls, boy.
Comes with a price.
Look, we probably gonna do something today. You know what I mean? So it's just being active, man. It's being engaged. Doing it with a purpose. Doing it on purpose. And I love it, man. I'm here for it. You know, I always say, you know, as dads, we're graced and we're built to whatever our children throw at us, whatever life throws at us. We're built to take it on. Our shoulders are big enough. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just like come on, you know.
I like that, man. And you know, it's good to have both spectrums of preschool dads of being engaged like Nick, and then you got Dre, who has high school.
And then can I say something else too?
Yeah, go for it, man.
My son, he's an athlete, so you know he has
full load.
He has a Division II scholarship. That you know he's probably going to take. And once football season over, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of locked in. So his grades, this is senior year too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he
so
like, but I have to push him though. I have to stay on him because you got college come. I don't want him to get into a habit of just being lazy and you know what I mean, and just dummying down his SAT score. You know what I'm saying? So that was a talk we had yesterday because he took his SAT today. So I'm like, listen, bro. He found out too, Division I, Division II, they're not worried about SAT scores this time around, just with the pandemic and all that.
Right.
You know, so we had that talk yesterday, just like, come on, bro. I know what you're thinking. You know what I mean? I know it's your last year. I know they're not looking at, you know, your scores or whatever, but you can't go in with that mindset. You know what I mean? That's a jacked up mindset to have, you know what I mean? So it just pushing them too, you know what I mean? Pushing them and challenging them, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and the only way you can push them is by being informed and by being engaged.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Having those alerts, staying connected with the
For
school
sure.
so you can challenge them to be better.
Even better that your son already knows that, like, he came to you before your grades even came.
He already
lets you know.
He already know.
That lets you know that you're really imparted in his life, and he really takes what you say seriously. So just
Thanks,
even
bro.
that being that person, being like, hey, Dad, just letting you know.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to, but just the thought of it lets you know that you really mean something to him, and everything that you're teaching him just really is being instilled in him. So that's a good thing in its own, especially being high school.
Yes.
And anybody
Thanks,
remember being, oh Lord.
And to piggyback off of that, what I like to hear is that you mentioned football, right? Because kids are into sports, right? But then you also mentioned the expectations within school, right? I always tell parents,
for sure,
I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but you can't just make it to the basketball games and the football games, but you have to make it to the student conferences, and you have to make it to the PTA meetings. You have to show a balance. What you show up for is what they find important, right? They want to please you in things you show up for, like you said, Nick. So if I'm only showing up for basketball games, then that's where I need to only impress you at, and that's where I need to focus on. But if I'm coming to conferences and I'm coming to visit in the school, then I'm showing that that's important to you as well.
Right.
So we have to have that balance.
Perfect, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So moving on. I know one thing that I really wanted to ask you guys. We talk about parenting within school and education and the elephant in the room. What was it like parenting in the pandemic? What was it like, that transition from being able to push the kids out the door at 8 in the morning and see them at 5 versus not pushing them out at all, and you being the teacher and you taking on that head on with your student? Real quick, what was that experience like for you, Nick?
I know for me, me having four kids, and the youngest one is one. That's my son, I love that dude. But that dude is something else. I know one of the things that was a very big challenge for my family was, you know, you got 4 young ones and you're trying to give them all the attention. It almost makes you not know against the teachers, but it almost makes you respect the teachers just that much more, because you don't think about it in the aspect of, hey, this teacher has to teach this kid, and they're all grabbing for attention, and it's only one of me, and I have to be able to divide that between, and you know, not them just being your kids and be like, hey, you sit down, I'm finna deal with her right now. It's more of like, okay, baby, I'm gonna teach you, because I'm doing ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and adding them, subtracting versus adding, subtracting. That's 2 big jumps. And even, I know for some people it's like not that big, but believe me, when a kid is trying to ask you, this is how I spell my name, Dad, or this is how this is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you trying to do that, I think one of the things that I would say that was the hugest thing was just kind of making sure that you know your kid. It was a good time to reflect, to really know your kids. Like, you get to see them in firsthand, not only what they bring home, but also you get to see, oh, this is what you're not good at. This is what you're good at. This is what you like. This is what you don't like. And just making the adjustment and the time and the effort to put that all in one, because some parents may have been home, some wasn't home. I actually just went back to work. And so now my wife has to take on the challenge because my oldest daughter has a asthma problem, so she can't go to school right now. So now she has to teach my youngest son and the oldest daughter, and my second youngest goes only 2 days a week and have to teach that. Knowing that you have having parents in the household and actually being able to help your kids, it is a real thing. And one of the things, like, I shout out to the teachers all the time, like, y'all don't know how much of a blessing y'all really are. And the ones that actually take out the time to learn the lessons, to go out and go beyond and beyond, man, I'll hat off to you, because it is not a easy thing. One of the things that this pandemic has really shown, I guess I'll just say me, is that I'm not gonna bash nobody how they train their kids, but I would definitely tell you this: like, it is a blessing to have I'm gonna say it one more time. It is a blessing
I love that.
to have teachers. But I mean, the other thing is the family bonding. You really get to know your kids, how they act, how they really are when it comes to learning. Because, you know, as parents, another thing as parents we do. Well, like you say, your son knows that he's taking a hard class. Well, with younger kids, you don't really know what's going on until you actually put your hand into it. So it might be like, why are you writing that number backwards? Or why are you doing this? And now you actually get to see firsthand and know what's going on. So that, like I said, that time of relationship together is just, it's crucial. So I know that was one of my biggest struggles.
That's what I needed to hear, man. I think that hit home for so many, man. I definitely can relate to that. Why are you writing your numbers backwards now and things like that, you know, and really having that time to build with my daughter and to grow and to challenge. But it was really nice, too, though, to implement some things that I wanted to teach her, right? To talk about things like Black history, to talk about things of how to cook and to measure and to things like that, you know, to work in the life skills. And we even talked about what a paycheck was and what taxes were. I mean, we got to talk about things that I wish were implemented within the school. But I can't agree with Nick enough about commending teachers for all the hard work that they put in, and not with just the 1 to 5 that we had at home, but a classroom of 30. And
exactly.
You know, that's
That's
a lot for 8 hours Monday through Friday. And it's not an 8-hour job. Excuse me, teachers are probably frowning as I said that.
I'm sorry.
It is a 12-hour job, if not more, a day, right? So we really salute our teachers. We commend them on their hard work, and the ones who were able to send them back, I know parents are really celebrating, and it is back to moms get to have, you know, the home moms get to stay at home and have a good time for a little bit, to take a week off. No, they have hard work too, but yeah, no, it's been nice to send them back. Dre, what about your experience about parenting in the pandemic and, you know, handling that education piece?
I think for us, our thing was, my wife and I, our thing was to make them as comfortable as possible. So we went and, you know, bought chairs, bought them a nice table, you know, to set up downstairs where they can, you know, get their work done at. And so I think that was the main thing. Again, with high schoolers, it's a little bit more easier. You know, you can just, you know what I'm saying, you tell them. This is what we did do. We did set up, they go to school Tuesdays and Fridays. And then the other days are virtual. So what we did do is we set them all down, or the both of them down, I should say, and came up with a strategy. What time y'all need to get up on the days that you don't have school? What days? And we set that time. Times like 7:30. They get up at 7:30, check their stuff, go downstairs, set up their laptops and, you know, books and all that type of stuff that they need, and you know, really get to it. You know, we didn't want them, you know, just waking up at any time to go and check the classroom, their board, and see what assignments they have due. You know, we really want to keep that structure with them. So I think that was another huge thing for us. So I think those were the two main things: make sure they was comfortable, and then set a time schedule for them to get their work done while they're at home, you know. So yeah, that was it, man. You know, I would say those are the two main main things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
And my wife, she loves it, you know, and she's able to take them to school on those days. So my wife, she loves all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Getting up in the morning, making sure, you know, that they got their lunches prepared, and she takes them to school, and I'm usually one who drops them, go picks them up. I'm sorry, from school, and so yeah, it's fun times, man. Again, with them being older, so it's kind of simple. It's kind of easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
You
got a
just tell them what
routine
to do.
going. Yeah,
you know
You
what
gotta
I'm
rub
saying?
it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta rub it in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Rubbing it in.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Over here
So, yeah.
struggling, you over here rubbing it in.
I like it.
It's just a grind, bro. You know.
Yeah, no, and it comes from routine.
See, we got 5 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So we've been there, done that. Where you at now, man? You know.
I made it through the rite of passage now. Now I finally get to have a
Right.
breather.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
really quick, before we get out of here, there's one more question that I did want to ask, and hopefully this will help empower fathers who are maybe not as involved in school, and maybe for different reasons. Maybe they want to get involved and don't know how, or maybe their work schedules. They're like, hey, maybe I need to switch to third. Why do you encourage fathers to get involved? What's one thing you would encourage fathers to do to start getting involved? I'm gonna start to kind of, sometimes asking the question is hard to kind of break it down, but really quick, I think one thing that I think fathers need to do to get more involved, or what really helps and the benefits of it, is whenever there is a parent, a teacher, and a student, and they build a relationship, you are setting your student up for the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Teachers,
I agree,
I'm being honest, I'm just
It's
being
true.
real. Teachers know what parents are going to go above and beyond for their children.
That's good.
And it helps build that relationship. And then you're getting, now you're able to share, hey, this is my son. He does better in these situations. He needs to be challenged in this area, and these are his struggles. But that only happens when you build that relationship.
Yeah.
So I encourage all parents to build your relationship. I know when I meet, my friends, what I ask them after like week 2 or week 3 of school is, what are all your students' classroom teachers' name? And what are their room numbers, right? That
Okay.
lets me know how involved you are.
Yeah, that's
if you
good.
can tell me at least the teacher's name. I know. It's a challenge sometimes. I see that. But that's one thing that I do ask. And then it they're used to it though. After that second semester, if things have changed, within 3 weeks of school starting, I'm saying, hey, bro, what's your kids? What's your classroom teacher's name? And what room are they in? And I think it encourages them to get to the building and to check out and hopefully build that relationship.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So one note that I do. Now, Dre, what's something
I
that
think
you would encourage other dads to do?
Show up. Show up. Go up to the school from time to time.
Yeah.
Unexpected and expectantly. Show up for parent-teacher conferences. There's nothing like your kid knowing my daddy comes to the school.
Hey,
there's
I like
nothing.
that. Yeah.
There's nothing like that. You know what I mean? Kids is just they can be fearful of daddy, and it's a healthy fear though. You know what I mean? To the point where if I know I got to be on my P's and Q's. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to answer the daddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't no kid want to answer the daddy.
Don't call my dad.
I don't care who
Don't
it is.
call my
Call my
dad.
mom. Please don't call my
Don't
dad.
call my more dad, but
Man.
definitely don't call my
Don't
dad.
call my
My
dad.
dad got to come out of work. It's on.
Yeah, exactly. So I even growing up, like my mom was the one who goes to conferences and that
Okay,
type of stuff.
okay.
I remember the one time my dad went.
Yeah.
This was in elementary school, and it wasn't even conference. He just popped up at the school on us, my brother and I. And man, we ran home. We got home before he got home. We already knew, what I'm saying, we was in trouble. We already knew it, you know what I
Knew it was
mean?
coming.
So it's just that it's just nothing like a dad, man, being involved, man, in his kids' schooling and in their education. There's nothing like it. So many benefits to it, It kept us on point. It definitely did.
Definitely did.
So that would be my answer to that question.
I like
man.
that one,
Yeah.
Dre. And even hearing when your dad say, it's nothing like hearing your dad say, good job.
Good job.
I'm proud of you.
Man.
Hey,
You
look,
know what I mean?
look, listen, man.
Puffing up
Listen,
like you be puffing up, but like, yeah, my daddy said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man.
He
My
said that.
brother and I, we were good kids, but we knew Dad didn't play.
Yeah.
And one parent teacher conference him and my mom went to. I think we were probably in high school then. We got home. We already know. Okay, after parent teacher conference, it's just routine. Everybody come sit in the living room. We got to talk about what the teacher said.
Breakdown.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first thing my dad said, y'all not in trouble. Oh my God! You know oh man,
Be like this, nigga.
you find that out. Oh,
Thank you,
man,
Jesus.
thank you,
Man.
Jesus, right?
Long
You know what
car
I'm saying?
ride home.
But
Look, he don't say
yes.
nothing when you know when he just be driving.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah. See, and how my parents did, they would just go, and we would be at the house. So we're cleaning up, make sure the house clean.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Making caviar
Man,
for dinner.
every day,
Made
bro. Making
cooking.
sure, because we already know. Okay, this is gonna be a tough conversation.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? So
And I can picture
So,
it
yeah.
too, though.
It
Dre.
just-
I think
it just-
everybody can. Those who are listening, I know you have that image in your head of those after conference
Yeah,
conversations,
man.
sweating
Oh, my
bullets.
God.
You know,
It's
always
terrible.
already having an excuse in your head. You know,
Yeah,
your teacher's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, he's doing good," but there's 2 assignments.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
"Oh no, I turned
Yeah,
those in.
yeah,
I turned
yeah,
those in." Yeah,
yeah.
no,
They
I
in my
know.
they in my paper book
They in
right
my
now.
backpack.
Right now.
Crumpled up in the back.
Look, I think it was supposed to be turned down. I'm gonna get it in
Yeah.
tomorrow.
yeah.
Here it is, Dan.
Yeah. Iron it out. Oh, man. Yes.
No,
Man, that
so
brings
yeah,
back so many
yeah.
memories.
Boy.
All right. Thanks for that, Dre. I needed that, man. I really just went to flashback
sure.
mode. Nick, what about you, man? What is one thing you have to pass on to fathers when it comes about being engaged in their children's education?
If I had to say anything, it would be don't take the little stuff for granted. Sometimes as dads, we, like you said, we take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt. I know I'm huge about it. Even though I'm really involved, I still take a lot of stuff like really just for granted. And you don't take it like I use, for example, I had to read for one of my daughters, go read a book for the class.
Oh, yeah.
At first, I was just like, I ain't finna go read no book. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Look,
okay.
do me some math or arithmetic, something like that. I'm not good at English or public speaking. But then I saw the reaction on the kid's face and how they just loved that. A dad came in. My daughter was just like, Daddy, that's and then afterwards she want to love on you. I mean, just don't take the little stuff for granted.
That's good.
As much as you might think it's so minuscule, but your kid might think that's the world because one, you're their dad and they get to see you shine. So if it's just like you saying, showing up to the school every now and again, or just going and making your face or making your face known to the school. Hey, I'm so and such dad. Is there anything I can help out with? I try at all my kids. I try my best to make sure I'm there. And I'm like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Do they need cupcakes?
Yes.
They need
Yes.
snacks.
That's good, bro.
It's just, and
good.
you don't understand just the little stuff because it not only helps the kids, but it like you said before, it helps the teacher and the parent relationship because they know, okay, well, he might can't get everything, but he's a man of his word. He say he's gonna get this, he'll get that, and that little bit
good.
really does help. And I think it just adds everything together. Just you being involved and actually just taking out the time. I know third shifters. We have a lot of factories here for third shifters. Like I said, I know a lot of third shifter parents, and they still. If they got to be up to that school for a couple of hours or an hour, 30 minutes, they'll still do it just because they know how important it is to the kids.
Good.
And especially, like, I know it's a dad thing, but especially because you're their dad, you need to be there. You have to be there. I think it's nothing more important than just having that dad be there for the little stuff. Like you said, it doesn't have to be basketball, doesn't have to be football, they ain't got to be singing. Just you being there, your presence alone, it just shows so much, just not to the kids, but also to the people around them. So yeah, if I had to say anything, don't take the little stuff for granted.
Man, those were $1 million worth of gems right there,
dope.
man.
Yes.
I really, was blessed listening to you guys and learning from you guys. That's what I do, even though I am a program coordinator for a Dads on Deck program, I learned so much from you guys, and it makes me so much of a better father. So thank you for being so transparent, so real, You know, the
Sure.
laugh, the joys,
Sure.
the tears that come with fatherhood.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so important that we embrace them together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that we
Most definitely.
and that we have our dad community, because when you're by yourself and you're going through it, you will beat yourself up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just
Yep.
it really takes you out the game. And it's so important to say, have other fathers like, no, man, I've been there. It's okay.
Right.
It gets better. Hey, these are some
Yeah.
things that I did. They may help you.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's it.
we're here. You know, stay locked into the dad movement. We're
Yeah.
thanks for my man Lucas, who's recording, who's
Big
making sure the
Luke.
videos are getting out on
Appreciate
there.
you,
We
bro.
are so appreciative.
Thank you.
My man Jason in the room.
Sure.
This is
Big
another
J.
episode of the Dad Movement.
Yes, yes.
We moving and we're working on becoming better dads,
That's it.
right?
Yeah,
That's it.
And doing
always.
it
Day by
together.
day. That's it.
Always.
So stay tuned in, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and if you really love us, share it with a friend.
Sure.
Share it with your community. We
Sure.
all could grow and becoming better fathers.
That's
So
it.
take care.
Thanks again. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.